compliment to his outfit.
Ah, how all the friends and relatives in the next village will admire me.
Thought Nanabozo.
And how all the ladies will faint with pleasure when they see me pass.
As he went on,
Oh, how I'm the most handsome of men.
the animals and birds stopped and stared as Nanabozo passed by.
Oh, how they wish they could be as splendid as I.
Thought Nanabozo.
What a conceited jerk!
Said the animals and birds, and they laughed. And laughed. And laughed. But still Nanabozo strutted on. Before long, the sun began to rise high in the sky.
Up and up and up I go.
And Nanabozo, burdened by all of his best clothes, began to grow very warm.
Ah, son, please be kind.
Yeah, right.
Said the sun. The sweat poured from Nanabozo's body, and his face paint began to melt.
It is too hot to go forward.
Said Nanabozo.
Here, I'll sit in the shade of this boulder.
Said Nanabozo as he collapsed.
Oh, why did I bring this blanket? It's smothering me.
Whined Nanabozo as he reclined in the shade of the boulder. Then he thought of an idea and jumped to his feet.
Poor grandmother Boulder.
Said Nanabozo.
Even while you give me shade, you are trapped in the sun, unable to protect yourself from its ruthlessness.
Yeah, right.
Said the sun. Ignoring him, Nanabozo went on.
Here, I can be as generous as you, grandmother. I will drape my blanket over you to protect you from the sun.
Said Nanabozo as he did just that. Then he went merrily on his way, no longer burdened by the heavy blanket. Then dark thunderclouds emerged from over the mountains.
Rumble, rumble, rumble!
They covered the sun.
Hi, son!
Nanabozo grew afraid.
If it rains, my beautiful clothes will be ruined.
He said as he hurried back to retrieve his blanket.
Well, I guess you won't need this anymore, since the sun no longer shines.
And he grabbed his blanket and fled. Before long, it began to rain. And thunder.
Rumble, rumble, rumble!
And lightning.
Quack, quack, sizzle.
Nanabozo sheltered himself underneath his blanket to protect his clothes.
Dry and safe.
Thought Nanabozo. But then, underneath the sound of the storm, he heard another, more foreboding sound. Bop, bop, bop! Nanabozo peeked out from under his blanket to see what it could possibly be. Bop, bop, bop! And there, to his horror, he saw the boulder.
The boulder?
The boulder. And it was smashing across the plain straight at him.
Ah!
Nanabozo tossed aside his blanket and fled. He ran this way. He ran that way. But still the boulder followed.
Ah! I know. I'll climb to the top of that mountain. Boulders can't roll up mountains.
Thought Nanabozo. But the boulder came up right after him.
Ah!
Finally, Nanabozo thought.
I know. I'll swim across that river. If Boulder tries to follow, she'll sink right to the bottom.
So Nanabozo swam across the river and collapsed in an exhausted heap on the other side.
Pant, pant, pant.
But the boulder, with a surge of power, leaped across the river and landed right on Nanabozo's feet.
Ah!
Screamed Nanabozo. Said the boulder. Just then, the clouds parted.
Hi, son!
Bye, clouds.
And it began to grow very warm. Roasting and in pain, Nanabozo pleaded with the boulder.
Good, kind Boulder. I'll give you my headdress, my fine clothes, my blanket. Just get off my feet.
But the boulder replied with an obviously negative bump. Then, seeing the animals he had passed earlier in the day, Nanabozo said,
Good, kind friends. Won't you help me? This evil Boulder's trying to kill me.
Why should we give you anything?
all you know how to do is take.
So take your punishment.
You got what you deserved. And they laughed as they wandered off.
Let's get out of this steaming hot sun.
Let's go get a nice cool drink.
Before long, night fell.
Down and down and down I go.
And the moon rose.
Up and up and up and up I go.
And the bats came out. And Nanabozo thought of a plan.
Hey, bats.
Squeak,
Boulder here says you're ugly.
squeak,
She says you're the ugliest creations created in creation.
squeak.
She says you're so ugly, you're afraid to come out in the daytime.
She did? She said that?
She said that and more, but I cannot possibly say what else she said.
Let's get her. Back attack!
and Nanabozo could move his damaged feet.
Well, I guess you showed her.
But the bat's only response was laughter.
What are you laughing at?
Asked Nanabozo.
You!
Me?
If the boulder thought us ugly, imagine what she thought of you!
What do you mean? Am I not the most handsome and well-dressed man in the plains?
Handsome? Look at you. Your hair is covered in mud, and your face paint is smeared.
You're almost naked except for a few tatters of clothing. You don't even have a blanket to cover you.
And the bats laughed as they wandered off.
It's true.
Thought Nanabozo as he looked himself over.
I'm the most homely and poorly dressed man in all the plains, without even a blanket to cover me.
And sighing hugely,
Sigh.
and beginning to weep in self-pity,
Weep, weep, weep.
Nanabozo walked down the road towards his village.